Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for joining the final race of the SAGTL first season. I'm just quickly going to get the camera works going up here. I think it's going to be great stuff going on here. And yeah, thanks everybody for joining. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit ill this evening from yesterday, so I'm just going to introduce my fellow co-commentator. His first time doing some commentating. However, a familiar face for most of you. If for those who don't know him, which I doubt is a lot, is Mr. Mike Feast, DMRE Nitro Merlin. Welcome.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Dino. Nice to be here. Let's give this a go.
Thank you very much for standing in for trying to assist me with commentary, as I will not be able to speak as much as what I usually do. Some people might send an applause button for that, so we will still have a look-see to see what happens with regards to that. So that is all good, fair and well, brilliant stuff. And yeah, what are your thoughts with how the season has partaken? You haven't entered the season, however, halfway through your schedule opened up again. Have you missed racing with the guys, or?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I did do some subbing for some people, but yes, I definitely did miss it. It's always a fun lobby to be in, or a fun community to be in. So yes, I did definitely miss it. I definitely won't be missing the next one. Some commitments came up in the beginning of the season, so I had to attend to those. But yes, it's always good fun being in the lobby with the guys and having some good racing.
Oh, that's always nice to hear that people enjoy the racing. I think it's going to be super fun as well. And I do think that gents will have to have you back on track will be great, especially with Gran Turismo 7 coming on now. And how is your missions or your accomplishments going with Gran Turismo 7? How are you finding it there? And tell us a bit more about that.
Well, yes, Gran Turismo 7, yes. It's been a bit of a steep learning curve again. Everything's changed, the dynamics of the game. We have dynamic weathers and so on, so that sort of added another facet to the whole game. Definitely the vehicles are totally different to drive than in GT Sport. It's called patience on the throttle, which is something I think everybody's kind of realized. But look, it's a new game, so I think it will take a bit of time to get all the little gremlins ironed out. But in essence, the graphics are amazing. I've managed to do quite a bit of the missions and the licenses, opened up all the little facets of the game. Yes, and I was just trying to get to master it and design some liveries and so on, yes.
Oh, well, that's beautiful. I do think a lot of gents, apart from the complaining and stuff, people should appreciate the amount of work that goes into designing a game like that to keep a few million people happy. There are going to be bugs, there are going to be fixes, but we know Mr. Kaz will definitely sort it out as we go along. I mean, that shouldn't be a reason for people not to start practicing, getting used to everything, regardless of things changing on a weekly basis. I mean, emphasis to be things are changing on a weekly basis as they're figuring it out and sorting it out as well. So definitely kudos to them.
Oh, definitely. No, I take my hats off to anybody who can design a game like this and get it as good as they did, I would say. Could have been much, much worse. Yes, obviously, as we know, there are some gremlins, but Mr. Kaz, he will definitely be on it. We've seen a lot of updates already in the last month, so yeah, definitely going to be looking forward to the future. It's going to be an interesting game.
I do think so too. Okay, so let's quickly go through the gents who are participating here this evening. It is KBL Richard already going with the sub 55s. I would have loved to show everybody the lap that I've sent out to these boys that I did on the 80k lap, which is a good chase for them to do. It is a 53.555 qualifying lap that was done with the Mercedes with exactly the same tire and fuel settings, which I did send to these boys to try and chase. So definitely see the guys are pushing in the lap times, getting to the 54s already, and let's see how low they can get to the 54s and maybe even do a 53 in between that as well. So we've got Ghost, Steven GT, previously known as Vitriolic Drizz, D-Man, Stray Demon, Klopper, iCarbons, Varsvatterfits, Wolfie, G-Man, and Flakvark. So yeah, guys, for everybody that's watching, what are your predictions? Merlin, what are your predictions based on knowing basically everyone? Fissy having his wheel back now as well this week.
Well, Fis has been strong this season, and his teammate Richard as well. I never put them aside, but Mr. D-Man, I tell you what, he's also one to look out for, and I was watching a little bit earlier, and our Carbon also did some really good times. So, yeah, I think it's pretty much an open pot here. Keep it on the black stuff, and yeah, it's going to be difficult to decide who's going to be the winner. I don't have money on anybody yet.
All right, and tell me with regards to strategy and everything. I know you've done some practice races with the gents and stuff. What are the typical or the typical strat variants that we are looking at?
Well, we have to use all three compounds. So we've got the softs, the mediums, and the hards.
Mm-hmm.
So you could, in this hour's endurance race, probably run a two-stopper or even a three-stopper, just depending on what your pace is like. But the tyre wear is on a 6, which you tend to find that sort of by lap 8 the tyres go off quite severely, and you can get yourself into trouble. The fuel usage is very low, which you can manage. But yeah, I personally would have gone for a 3-stopper, and then you can really push the laps and do some super times. Whereas maybe on a 2-stopper, you're going to be a little bit more careful with your tires and your fuel management.
Okay. And tell me quickly with regards to the 2 to 3 stopper, how many laps would you say does one get on normal fuel management?
In this hour, you should be able to do 31 laps. You should be able to do 31 laps if you don't make any mistakes.
On fuel?
On fuel, yeah, for the whole race. I mean, yeah, 31 laps is what you should be able to see through.
How long does your fuel last? Give or take.
I think in the region of about 14 to 15 laps.
Okay, so almost halfway.
Definitely depending on the vehicle.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, 14 laps, definitely 14 laps is possible on one tank of fuel.
Okay, tell me quickly, are we going to see some long distance racing or perhaps any close battles?
Well, I think we all want to see some close battles, but I think, the guys are also going to be very careful with their strategies, and they don't really want to make mistakes. And as I said, tire wear can be a bit of an issue here, and your lap times do fall, so the guys I think are going to be a little bit conservative, but I'm hoping there will be some good close racing, and with the caliber of guys that are here, I think we're going to see some good racing, definitely.
Alright, that's beautiful. Tell me, we're almost going to hit on to qualifying right now. Before we head off to that, what would you like to see in the upcoming seasons, whether it's GT Sports or GT7?
Yeah, that's a difficult question. I haven't really given it much thought, but definitely just a duplication again of what we did out of our learning curve for this first season of GTSA, the league, our league, the LNR league. Definitely would like to sort of duplicate what we've done again, and hopefully attract a little bit more people to come and join us. Definitely, let's get more players online. I think that would be really great if we can have maybe another 2 or 3 extra pools, and a little bit more commitment out of the guys. So I know it's sometimes difficult, but if you make a commitment, you kind of have to see it through.
Oh no, definitely agree with that. So let's quickly have a run through. Maybe we'll go through the guys as you can check. Let's start with carbons. We can focus on the same ones. I know we're going to have 2 pairs of eyes now, being able to check as well. So if you note anything noteworthy, have a look at that. But for now,
I'll definitely give you a heads up there, Dino.
Okay, so we've got carbons, followed by Vincent at the moment in his nice blue and orange. D-Man in his Zappa Gaming, great sponsorship from them as well, giving away the GT7 game. Fudge Fotterfist in his pure white BMW, goes following with his Jag. Stephen GDSA, Gabriel Richard, Fluck in his goldish color, with Wolfie following in his nice livery as well. G-Man, and then DMRM Klopper. So having a look at Vincent, let's see how this goes. The front, maybe what we can see this youngster doing. Perhaps we jump into cockpit view for the guys who would like to, or well, bumper view for the guys who would like to see a lap that this youngster does. What are your thoughts regards to the qualifying, Meneer? You're going to see the top 3, 4, 5?
Yes. Well, as I said, I can't. Well, my money would be on definitely KBR, Fosswater, Fis, or Richard, R Carbon, and D-Man. They definitely the top 4. I would say they'll take up the top 4 positions. Where they'll exactly be, I couldn't tell.
Beautiful.
But, they've got good pace, definitely.
Okay, so Vincent just passed the last corner now, starting his hot lap. If you're also on board with him, let's have a look at that. For everybody that's watching, kindly hit that like button, gents. We would love you to hit that like button. Let's see Vincent approaches turn 1. Very aggressive on the downshifts, getting in first gear, upshift early 2 seconds to get traction. Stays in the middle. Ooh, a little bit rear-endy there. Merlin, why don't you run us through this here with KBR Vincent, your thoughts and the lines that he's taking?
Oh, right. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. Wow, this is... He's keeping it neat and tidy. A little bit slidey, but it's okay. Yeah, rev it out, rev it out. You don't need to save fuel now, This youngster, I tell you, started the season and he had a bit of dilemmas in the beginning, but I'll tell you what, he has improved over the last few weeks. Really shown some very good form.
Definitely has. It's going to be interesting to see the time that he's going to be putting through regards to qualifying here. Not a very clean exit there, but nonetheless, he's still on a semi-decent lap. Let's have a look. Coming down this back straight. A lot of time in this chicane here as well.
Yeah, this is where one can make or break it.
Takes his first lap very chilled. Oh, 54.4, beautiful.
Beautiful, very, very decent lap.
Okay, let's.
We're going to have to pedal to catch this youngster.
54.4, very nice lap. I'm also jumping back to normal variable view. Let's see Ghost with a 55.9. Steven with a 55.6. Ghost with, like I said, 55.9. Richard with a 55.1. Not his best lap. We've seen him go sub 55s.
Yes.
Fluckfuck with the 55.7. Ghost with the 55.9. G-Man with the 56.4. So all of these gents probably just going for their tires and waiting for a faster lap there. I would like to see Richard next lap, a little bit of exiting skittish there. Who do you feel that we should try and focus on a bit?
I wonder where. Oh my goodness! Looks like Fosswater might have had a bit of an issue, or he's just taking it easy. Not quite sure what happened. His first fly was not that impressive.
He actually went to pits. He's on his flyer now.
I beg your pardon. I didn't actually see that. I beg your pardon.
Okay, let's focus on Fosswater first and have a look. So he's coming to the bottom here, but now.
Off the bag. Ooh, a little bit wide. A little bit wide. Oh, I think he's pushing. Ooh.
Let's see if Fluckfuck will move out of his way. Not sure if they are in a potty chat together.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't catch him before the chicane. But he might get a benefit on a bit of slipstream, a little bit.
If he's close enough, he should. It's going to be interesting to see the lap time. Oh, his gearing overlay there was quite nicely done. He might get a little bit of a slipstream assistance here. All legal nonetheless.
A little bit of understeer there.
And they're 55.0.
Oh, the guys are going to have to pull it out the back to catch
We're going to. Let's quickly have a look at Richard. He's parking next to the road. Don't think he's going to be finishing his laps with 3.5 minutes to go. Steven GT is still pushing. G-Man's also still pushing with his fastest being at 55.6. Blockford currently also another lap. Fatfatherfit right behind him.
Oh, it's very, very close. There's like tenths in between some of the guys. I wonder where.
iCarbon's.
D-Man definitely went to pit. He's probably the guy to watch now. See if he can pull it up.
Yeah, let's have a look at D-Man. I'm on bumper cam with him. Taking that corner nicely, very nicely. Knows where to shift the BMW at 95% for full revs. .116. Very nicely done. Only a slight lift, as little as possible to maintain the speed. This next section is going to count a lot. Nice early, slightly fast downshifting. You could have carried a little bit more speed going through there. A little early on the lift there as well, not having enough speed from that previous lefty. About 3/10 behind Vincent. Vincent passed that on 1:24.8.
You got a good memory, eh?
I do. I always remember the sector times, or the sector total times, as we go, yeah. A little bit afraid on the exit there, but you won't have another lap for himself.
They have less than 2 minutes to still pull it out the bag.
Okay, he does call in PC with a 54.8.
Nice, well done.
My remote is messing up. Apologies for that. Okay, so it's Vincent with D-Man, Fatfatherfist third, Richard in fourth. Wolfie with the 55.3 might get a better lap. Ooh, almost snuck in there above Richard. His lap will be done. Steven is still on another lap. We won't be able to complete. Nobody will be able to complete their next laps. In fact, not Klopper as well. I don't think even Klopper finished the lap. I don't even think he went for a lap, to be very honest. Quite disappointing that he's not taking it slightly serious. So definitely have a look, see what happened there.
I'm quite impressed with Mr. Vincent.
It's definitely a good lap time. Okay, perfect. So it looks like the time will be done.
Yeah.
Just quickly getting a live timing sheet here. Okay, so let's do start of the race. Bobbins needs to enter. Okay, it's going to be interesting to see how these guys are going to go. Sean Buck, yeah, that wasn't a bad lap. Wasn't a bad lap. I did give them a 53.5 targets. So it'll be interesting to see about the growth and stuff. So, but I definitely see that these guys have grown significantly, and to have done a 54.4 is already quite impressive. So yeah, lots of work still to go to get to the top. But definitely seeing these gens growing each and every week, especially Mr. Vincent.
Yes, agree upon that. Okay, so they're just going out to the first sector.
Yes, I just need to retake the times because iCarbons went out before I took it. Yeah, he wasn't in. He exited before he was supposed to exit. Just have to wait. No. Just waiting for everybody to pass sector 1. Straight Demon definitely having some fun.
Still waiting for Ghost 77. Should find his slot.
Yeah, it looks like maybe I did get his time in. So let's just go through with that. And then, yes, let's have a good race, boys and girls. Perfect. You have a look at the mid pack, I'll look at the front, and then we can check everything that's going on.
100%. Oh, this is gonna be. I'm actually got butterflies here. It's quite exciting. I love it.
Vincent should pull a gap on pull away because the BMWs are all slow on pull away. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights. And let's go! 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 Stephen G's coming on the inside, already having a good launch.
Everybody got away cleanly.
Everybody has gotten away cleanly. Only a little bit of pushing and shoving going on. Vincent's getting a clean break. Wolfie is in P2 with his launch of that Jag. D-Man, Fatwater, G-Man, Steven GT, and Ghost, or G-Man, is having quite a nice battle. Steven should have the inside for the next right-hander. Definitely some Ghost racing going on here. Single file down the line. Great stuff. Everybody has gone through perfectly clean. Vincent with a 1.6 second gap, followed by Wolfie. Only 310s separating him from D-Man. Fashwater 610s. Steven 310s. G-Man 310s. Ghost. Richard is down quite significantly by 8th place. Carbons, Flakford, Stray Demon, and M. Cooper. Why don't you take it for us? And who will we be watching? Mr. Merlin.
Okay. Well, anyway, we have Cropper struggling at the back there. But there's nothing separating the guys. A couple of hundreds. Everybody's taking it easy, just getting into the groove, it looks like. But let's see what the strategies are going to involve. But out in front, KBL Vincent is pulling a nice little gap, a nice 2-second gap he's got on everybody in the first lap. Surprising, I don't know where KBL Wolfie got his nitrous from, but he's in second place.
That car launches quite well.
That is unbelievable. Yes, that's exactly it. A good launch on that Jaguar. Wow, what an advantage you got there. Very, very nice. But everybody taking it nice and easy, watching their fuel consumptions, being nice to the tires. Oh, look at that gaggle of cars, one behind each other. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Even looking at Foswater, he was going to try and get through there. Didn't take the gap.
Yeah, Wolf, he didn't want to battle too much. He wants to keep it clean and work together. He did defend a little bit on the lap 1, but I don't think he wants to be too much battling. He's already got in a great position. Now he will just want to try and work together.
Ooh. Was that fist that got a little bit out of shape there?
I believe so, yes.
Yes. I think he lost too much time. Oh, this looks good. Hey, the guys were one behind each other. Yeah, they must just keep it like that. Good battling. Flakvarka has picked up a 2-second penalty.
I believe we got that the previous lap, so you'll obviously have to burn that before crosses. That's correct, yes. So let's go through the tires currently. Vincent, D-Man, Currently on soft. Wolfie is on medium. Stephen GT in fourth is on soft as well. He want to pass Wolfie as quick as he possibly can. Ghost G-Man on mediums as well. Oh, Richard started on hards, in fact, from P4. That's why he's dropped quite a significant amount. He wants to get those out of the way. As well as Corbin's. Plakvark is also on hards.
And they have to complete on the tire choices, on the hards and mediums, they have to minimum of 5 laps, if I have that correct, Dino?
That is correct, yes.
So understandably, Richard wants to just get the 5 laps out, probably out the way, and then go on to a slightly better compound. Not a bad fastest lap so far.
Currently standing at
55.5 or 479.
Beautiful.
From KBR Vincent, and he's pulled almost another 1.5 seconds out of the guys. He's definitely got good pace here. He's on for another fastest lap. Brilliant. But don't put Mr. D-Man aside. He's definitely going to claw his way back. I think he's got good pace. And I'm wondering why, Stephen needs to get past Wolfie, as you said. Definitely. He's on the soft tyre.
D-Man currently on the purple.
Oh.
What is the fuel situation look like with Vincent? Vincent using a tad bit more. Tires seem quite equal.
Stephen's also using a little bit more. Yeah, it seems to me the Astons are a little bit heavier on the fuel. But the rest of the cars are very, very, very similar. Our carbon seems to be a little bit heavy on the juice. Plakvark is doing good, and Stray Demon's good. But definitely Vincent is using the most fuel at the moment, but that also probably shows in his lap times. He's pushing a little bit harder.
Let's see if D-Man will get this FL. Oh, he just missed it. He does a 55.9.
Oh, must have made a mistake somewhere.
Or he's just cruising through that chicane, not trying to make a mistake or getting a penalty.
Tyre situation, KBR Vincent, D-Man. Tyres look very, very similar. Obviously on the mediums that Voswater is running, they don't wear as quickly as the softs do, but also quite a balanced tyre wear. And KBR Wolfie, also good on the mediums. Voswater had another little moment there. The medium guys are all got very, very, very good tyre wear. Obviously the hards, they don't really wear, they're just very slow. It looks like the gap between Vincent and D-Man is not changing, very constant now. Wolfie, what happened to Wolfie? Did you see anything? How did Voswater and Steven get past him? Did he make a mistake, Dino?
I do believe so. I will have a look and see.
Sorry, I missed that. There's quite a lot of action going on. It's quite difficult, I must say. I take my hat off to you guys that do this all the time.
Have a look at the minimap. The minimap is your friend.
Oh, the minimap, hey? So one learns.
Shawnee, thanks for that. Regarding the sound, let me know. I believe it should be better now. Wolfie doing some consistent laps. Vincent still pulling gaps to D-Man. His tyre wear, however, is quite a bit.
This is still a team-based event. It definitely is. Definitely is. So we
Farad asked, yes.
Oh, is it? Oh,
and then as Buck said, this is still team-based.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Sorry. I beg your pardon.
Guys are getting nice and vocal though.
That is a good thing. Yeah, so hit the bell icon, subscribe, and give us a like.
Okay, that's Merlin rocking it. Psycho Sheepbox, I'll be still like just for you, brother. Merlin will take over now.
Already, the guys want to hear my boring voice. Okay, great. Have a look here. Oh, Vincent's doing absolutely consistent times. He's keeping it nicely in the 55s. With another 0.2, 0.3 out of D-Man. And then Stephen following behind D-Man 3 seconds. Well, 2.6 seconds. And Forswater Fiss is obviously trying to keep up with Stephen. I think Forswater had a bit of a bad start. And Wolfie's slotting nicely in behind Forswater. I'm sure he's fuel saving, and his teammate, Mr. Ghost 77. Also, nice pace. Everybody looking after their tyres nicely.
Merlin, just check if your mic is close to your mouth or if you can put it a little bit lower down.
Lower down or
higher?
Higher. That's better.
Just bump it up a bit.
I'll bump up my mic a bit.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if I can do that.
I'll put some gain, don't worry. It's the first time that we're doing this, so...
100%, is that a little bit better?
It's a little bit better, it's no problem at all.
Thank you very much, thank you very much. Oh, Flukvark got a 1.5 second penalty, didn't know where that happened. Ooh. Guys are sliding a little bit. Looks like KBR Richard had a bit of a moment and went off. So our Carbons and Flukvark got past him. But our Carbons and Flukvark are having a bit of a battle. But looks like Flukvark is having none of it. He's pushing. He wants to... Just got past KBR Wolfie's teammate. Interesting. Stephen in the Aston Martin is definitely pushing a little bit. He's catching up to D-Man. And Forswater is still hanging on to Stephen.
Pardon me, my controller is making a little bit of a fuss.
Your mic controller?
My controller, yeah. Still fine for now.
Is it fine for now?
Yeah, apologies again for me falling ill. It was quite unplanned, so we just quickly had to run this quite ad hoc and then make quick last minute changes.
Yeah. KBR Vincent's falling into the 156s now, but he's still pulling a gap on Blue Go Racing D-Man GT.
The remote is being charged, thanks a lot, Gerard. Let's try and not distract me too much, otherwise I'll keep making mistakes. Apologies, I'm not feeling too well. The controller is being charged, it's just not fast enough, it seems, through USB, so PS things.
Right, looks like Wolfie got past his teammate again. Found his feet, decided his teammate wasn't pushing hard enough, let's go. And then another KBR entourage behind them, the G-Man.
Guys, for everybody that's watching, if you kindly hit the like button, it'll be great. So G-Man is on the tails of Wolfie and Ghost. That's where I'm focusing for you now. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think they're just working together for now. Saving, keeping constant. Would be interesting to know what pit stop strategy they're going to have. Running the mediums first. Are they going to be running 10 laps on it or more? Not sure. Not sure what if they're doing a 2-stopper or the 3-stopper. it's going to be interesting once the pit stops start taking place. Definitely interesting. But Gabriel Vincent's still pulling out and some time out of D-Man. And Stephen is catching D-Man hard and fast. He's now in his slip.
D-Man had a very bad lap there, yes.
Yeah, most of the guys are running into the 56s now. But guys on the mediums, Voswater is now only running into the 57s, and he's been running 1 minute 56 seconds consistently through the race. Got good pace.
I think this is where the next action should be. The BMW versus Jack or Aston.
Richard is definitely he's still on the hards. He's running a two stop strategy.
Sheepy, yes, we've partnered with Zappa. They're actually sponsoring a Gran Turismo 7 game. I'm not sure what the criteria was. I believe it's top 20 or top 16. They'll go into a draw for the Gran Turismo 7 game.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's a nice prize to get. That is definitely a nice prize. I actually thought it was going to be the winner of the series.
No.
But, that's nice that it's a lucky draw. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a participation-based prize, yes.
Yes, that's fantastic. This gives everybody a chance.
I know there's a few criteria. You need to finish 6 or 7 of your 9 races. Obviously, it's not just gonna... That's the whole thing to get people to race. So, the draw will take place this week and we'll have a look to see. There's some other prizes there as well, a 500, 300, 200 rand prize. I know there's 2-3 coaching sessions done by me. The one and only, currently. So, that's also something that some of these gents are going to win. And then, I think another 500, 600, 700 bucks from Northern Security, which is KB out of Wolfie's company. Okay, these gents are going into the pits.
Yes, sir. And D-Man and Stephen have gone into the pits.
D-Man's got a ton more fuel.
Definitely much more fuel. Definitely fuel saved. I wonder what he's going to jump onto next. Definitely going to be running a 3-stop strategy, I would say.
Does look that way, yes.
So I would probably go on the hards now, personally, with a lighter fuel load and try and go and do some really good times. Richard's also coming. Interesting. Okay. And out they go again. Enters position 9.
Yeah, so it looks like he filled up quite a bit. So it looks like it's going to do a long medium stint. It's going to be very strange. Then why was he soft stint that's short though?
Yes. Well, hopefully the guys have obviously prepared for this. They know what they're capable of. Yeah, I did a little bit of a different strategy. I came in on 8 and then went on my hards again for the shortest amount of time, and ran the mediums after that, and then the softs again for the last final stint.
Yeah, it would be strange if he's only preparing a 5-lapper with mediums. He should have only kept fuel for 5 laps and not run this on a full tank of fuel now, which wasn't necessary. Yes.
So this looks like unless he made a mistake, an error, and got to push the button.
Perhaps.
Perhaps that happened.
Let's have a look at Vincent going in front. Tyres are very sketchy at the moment.
Ooh, very sketchy, yes. I'm talking about sketchy. In he comes into the pits. In the pits, and he's got an 8.5 second lead over Voswater. And Voswater goes past the pits. He's still going on his mediums.
That means that Voswater first passed. Wolfien goes past. They haven't pitted yet. They do long stints. They might.
Man and Plakvark.
Let's have a look at Vincent. What size he'll be putting on now. He's going on to his hards as we speak.
Yep. So, yeah, going from the softs to the hards, yeah, you have to be a little bit more cautious. until you get a little bit of heat into those hards. So they do take a bit of time. So just take it nice and easy. Looks like our Carbon's also has had his pit stop already. He went onto mediums, if I have it correct. And Richard's also gone for the mediums. Stevens on the hards. G-Man on the D-Man, I beg your pardon. Sorry, D-Man on the mediums.
Look at Snakey saying that. Snake, it's only the people who I need to treat that way. And it has done a few people well, so other people are slightly more soft, you know, you have to treat them differently.
Good evening, Snakey. Hoe gaan dit met jou? How do you guys read and race? I don't know how these streamer guys do it. Read their messages and race. I can barely do one thing. Vincent's moved up to 6th position, I from 9th, but he's up to 6th.
Oh, the gents in front have not pitted yet, it seems.
Yes, yeah, no, 100%. They're still stretching their mediums. Mediums are not looking too shabby, but yeah, they're looking like they're getting to the end of their life. Also see the lap time starting to drop. But you probably find that Fossart will probably be in the next lap or two. Behind him Wolfie, then Ghost, G-Man, and Fluckfark. And about 6 seconds behind, and he's done a pit stop with KR Vincent, moving along on his racing hards. Interesting to see what lap times he can put together. G-Man gained a little bit of time from the pit stop, not much, but probably about a second and a bit. Oh, he goes past again. He's going for lap 12. Leading currently, but obviously still has to do a pit stop. And then we've got the entourage of Jaguars, the two teammates, KBR Wolfie 101 and KBR Ghost 77. And right behind them, in another Aston, G-Man and his teammate Fluckfark. Fluckfark is still, he hasn't burnt that penalty. I suppose he'll wait until he goes into the pits. Vincent doing quite reasonable times on his racing hards. Not too shabby. But the gap between him and Fluckfark is definitely not decreasing. It's staying consistently at about a 5.3. E-Man's made a little bit of time up on KBR Vincent, obviously because he's on the racing mediums. But he obviously also has to just look after them and not push too hard to try and catch him. But I can see, you can see him in the distance, and the temptation to push is always there.
Both yourself and Demon actually have that tenacity to try and push, and then you get blindsided at the end of the day.
Well, no, 100%. It's like dangling a carrot in front of the donkey. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's like dangling a carrot in front of a donkey. It's going to be very Interesting. It's definitely going to go there.
It's always tempting to push a little bit harder when you can see the guy in front of you. But you kind of know, no, I'm going to damage my tires. I'm going to use too much fuel. Yeah.
Wolfman Danderman is not racing in this pool. He's racing in the silver pool after their disconnect issues that they had with the Savannah.
Yeah, unfortunately, the internet did not help their cause. But I can say Danderman had very good pace when we practiced together earlier this week. So I'm really quite interested to see how he did in his pool tonight.
I believe he did 54 zeros or 54 twos. That's quali.
Oh, nice. That's kind of what we were aiming for. No, we put a little bit of time in together. You know, just spent some time with him, and he was doing blistering times. But he loves this track. He says he loves it.
He's a German now, so.
Yeah, half a German. I must say one thing. His German has improved since the first time I spoke German to him until now. It's definitely improved.
Great stuff, great stuff. Where's the action currently?
Well, the action. KBL Vincent is still about 4 seconds behind Flakvark. Not making up any time on them as such.
Currently serving a penalty.
D-Man is definitely catching Vincent now. I think he's pulled out 2 seconds in the last lap or so. He's pulled 2 seconds closer. Oh, and it looks like Vincent got a 1.5 second penalty. That is not beneficial. That could have been a mistake as well, hey Dean?
Definitely could.
Dean made it. D-Man actually got a little bit of time there. Voswater has decided to go into the pits on lap 12.
End of lap 13.
End of lap 13, I beg your pardon. I see all the KBR guys are following each other into the pits. And that means that KBR Vincent would take over the lead of the race again.
Okay, so Far for the Fence is going to do a 13-5-13, it seems. 13-5-13 split.
So he's going back on. He's gone into his racing hard. Okay.
Yes, and he's going to finish on softs 13 laps, long stint.
Ooh. Yeah, that is quite a. You definitely start struggling here after lap 8. You can see your lap times drop down on the softs. So you have to be pretty cautious with them, not to slide them too much, over brake the car, drive too hard and push. So yeah,
or it might do 13 mediums, 5 hards, 30 mediums, which in my opinion is not going to be the fastest strategy of all. You have to have a soft in your...
Although the pit stop time isn't ridiculously long, but you're probably looking in the region of about...
Your mic is scratching, Mike.
Is my mic scratching?
Yeah,
sorry about that.
Perhaps on your chest there or something.
Sorry, I'll just hold it still. Probably like a 32-second pit stop.
With a little bit of fueling, though, I'm assuming.
Yeah, with fueling, yes,
Because
absolutely.
it's 24 seconds without fueling, tires only.
So to make up 32 seconds can be a difficult feat. I think he's running a two-stopper. Probably totally correct. Let's see if he can keep a good pace on the Voswater, that is, on the hards. To keep the gap consistent with D-Man, who's in front of him. Stephen was lying third before the pit stop and seemed to have lost a position to Voswater. KBR Richard has also moved up a couple of positions. He was lying 10th in these previous stints, so he's at least made up a little bit of space.
Also on him right now. I think we can focus here for a second.
Yes.
Run us through what's going on.
Oh. Oh, well, it looks like he's got in between Wolfie and Ghost, who are teammates. But obviously they're from the same fraternity, so they don't hold each other up unnecessarily.
Oh, I beg to
But there
differ.
is still, oh, no, there's still battles go on. But they won't purposefully hold you back. They're actually gentlemen, I must say. But they do battle hard. They do battle hard. The KBR guys are good battlers. They understand about battling. Close quarter racing.
KBR Vikings.
KBR Vikings. But it looks like...
Okay, a little bit of carbons. Let's focus a bit on him here.
He's running his medium stint. I can't see where he actually, when he pitted. Oh, okay, on lap 9, I would say?
Yes.
Okay, so
He's racing hard, yes.
Fluckfark must have made a bit of a mistake. I not really know. Just R-Carbon and separated the two teammates, G-Man and...
I see iCarbon's actually revving his car out. I'm not sure for what specific reason this is. Because he's using way unnecessary fuel in a 60-minute race. He's just completely revving it out.
Could be out of irritation or something.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Or he's just trying to catch up with G-Man.
There we go. Starting a little bit on the short shift side again now. I do believe that's the case, perhaps.
He's just trying to get into the slipstream of G-Man, who's in front of him by about 1.3 seconds, and he's there.
Oh, keeps it in first gear instead of upshifting to second and prime about that there. Have yourselves a lucky evening. Thanks, you too. Thank you very much, Mrs. Snakey. Wolfman saying that he missed the 31 lap dead due to a little bit of race due to battling, so that's unfortunate. Okay, let's jump through to the front. I believe Vincent should start putting a gap again now due to his tyres being on hards, and D-Man's tyres starting to settle out now, which is the mediums.
You can see a bit of a balance happening now with the two guys in the front, although there is a different tyre choice. But D-Man's obviously been on his racing mediums for quite a while now.
And have a look at Fatwater first. Only 6 seconds adrift.
And he's doing really good times on his hards as well. He's running a short stint, it seems, on his hard.
He definitely is.
As short as possible. He's going to run that fuel empty and then go on to his softs, I believe.
Or he's going to do mediums again. Alright guys, so there's about 13-14 people watching. If you could kindly hit the like button, that'll be great. If there's anything you would like to see for Season 2, please pop some opinions and comments and suggestions below. The gents are working hard behind the scenes.
I thought Voswater might have just made a mistake somewhere. Looks like he lost a little bit of time to D-Man.
He gained a 0.2.
Did he gain a 0.2?
It was 5.9, yes.
Ooh, runs very wide there. Seems like Stephen's struggling on his hards. He's actually not got bad pace. Actually not bad pace, but he's also doing a long stint on it, it seems. Our carbons is definitely getting closer to G-Man. It's almost in slipstream range. And then see, maybe he hangs behind him or tries to get past him. I can fuel save. Looks like most of the cars are running at the shortest possible time on the racing hards. And that would be G-Man, Ghost, and Wolfie, Vlakvark.
Ooh, Corbin's a little bit on the exit there.
Really have a bit of a moment.
He did, but he still seems to be inside G-Man Slipstream approaching turn 1.
Oh yes, oh, he's definitely there.
Yeah, useful, I do think as well. Just put GT Sport away. It's time to move on. Focus on getting your laps times, used to the physics and stuff like that. You don't necessarily have to race, but you can start testing out all the cars, grinding, doing some career mode, building up the money, and yeah, get a head start on GT7 as soon as you can.
Yeah, the biggest thing is grinding for the money, just so you can buy all the cars. Oh, man, some of those cars are expensive, 18.
I do believe they are, yes.
18 million credits for some of them. I was like, wow, that's a lot of grinding. That is a lot of grinding.
Right, so looking at the top 3 million, how are we looking there?
Right, so KBR Vincent is still leading, and it looks like the D-Man's reeling in slowly. So only about 1.6 seconds behind him, and then behind D-Man.
You should see Fissy pit now.
Oh no, I didn't even see that.
No, you didn't go to pits. Thought you were going to pit
No, I didn't.
after
He
5.
must have made a mistake. So Wolfie's got past Varswater first. I wonder when he's probably going to run that tank empty on the hards. And then we have Stephen behind. And behind Stephen, another 4.8 seconds down the road is KBR Richard. And then behind Richard, 1.2 seconds is Ghost 77. Looks like he's reeling him in slowly. Then behind Ghost 77, 2.7 seconds out is the G-Man. And then G-Man's teammate 6.6 seconds behind him, Vlakvark. And it looks like, oh, Dean, correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like our Carbons must have made a mistake.
Do you believe that, yes?
Oh, that's cruel. You know, work hard to get behind somebody and then...
and I believe Stray Demon has gone to the pits as well for the last time. I do think he's going to be going all the way through now. Looks like Wolfie's on quite a charge. Being on his softs.
Eyes on his softs.
He's then going to do another stop after this.
He has to do another stop. Is my information correct here? Those tyres look really warm.
That's correct, yes. I believe he pits it on lap 12. So the 67th lap on these tyres.
Okay, so he's going to do another stop here, and he's running light full load.
Correct.
He's trying to push on them now. Okay, at 100%. KBR Vincent still driving, can't burn that penalty off that easily around this track. He just has to remember to do that before he goes into the pits. And I wonder when he's going to be stopping. But he's pulled a little bit of time out of D-Man again. D-Man fell off probably about another second. So about 2.7 seconds behind Vincent. And then KBR Wolfie seems to be, yeah, about 2 seconds behind D-Man. let's see what progresses there. And then Vastwater is 2.5 seconds behind Wolfie. And then Stephen behind Vastwater is about an 8 second gap. And then KBR Ghost 77 is 4.5 seconds behind Stephen. And then Richard behind Ghost is about a call it 2 seconds. And then the two teammates, G-Man and Blackvark. And R Carbons, he definitely made a mistake. I used to do all the hard work again to try and catch Blackvark.
And Stray Demon?
Stray Demon is still running his racing mediums. He seems to be struggling a little, but he's got good spirit, I must say. Nice youngster.
Definitely one to watch for the future.
Yeah, he loves it, eh? He loves it. He does a lot more TV7 now anyway.
D-Man goes into the pits.
Yes. And Vastwater right behind him. Stephen GTZA also in, and KBR Ghost 77.
That means that Wolfie has done a brilliant strategy because he was ahead by 1.8 seconds and he's got a similar amount of fuel and he's only going to stop one more time as well. So he's going to be right up there.
I think he's going to be pushing. He's got probably about another 10 laps to do, so I'm sure he'll do another 2 laps on these softs and then go to his last phase.
So he's got Carbons right behind him. Not sure if I'd the first he's putting a little bit more fuel, I'm assuming. He's on softs though. Being about 3 seconds behind D-Man who's on racing hards. You should see KBR Fartwaterfist catch up to him quite quickly. But at the end the tyres of Fartwaterfist might be significantly damaged going for a 10 lap here, so wish him all the best. He's going to have some work to do. We might see a little bit of team play here from D-Man and Carbons. Carbons doing a little bit of a Checo job regarding a little bit of defense against Fartwater, so we can have a look. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, that could be, hey? Fartwater is behind our Carbons, so yes, that could be a Checo move. We'll have to see, so that Mr. D-Man can get away. Let's see. As I say in Afrikaans, Vastwater is also uitgeslapen. He wants to try and get past our Carbons as quick as possible, so he can chase down D-Man. Most of the guys are running their stuff, except for Stephen. He's on the mediums now, so he's finishing up probably on the medium.
Fartwater going around the outside on the hairpin. On the chicane though, he makes a solid move through our Carbons on the exit. On the hairpin they don't mind the French language. Mike just gets very passionate.
Yeah, I beg your pardon.
It's a race of a heart, boys. Let's not beat around the bush.
Right, so Gabriel Vincent came out the pits again on mediums.
Very strange to see what's going to go on here.
That is very odd. That is very odd. Wow.
I remember he went soft hards and he's leading his medium stint now.
Right, yes, that's correct. That is correct.
In the worst position possible. Top 3 guys are fighting for this here now. I'm going to just stick on this. This is where the action's going to happen.
Definitely.
Vincent's on the mediums. Fartwaterfist needs to make moves on these guys early on to break away with those softs.
Ooh, D-Man's on his hard.
He's on his hards, that's correct, yes.
Ooh.
He's definitely going to go defensive here. Might not.
Got an little bit of touching. Oh, Fitz is also taking the opportunity not tucks in behind again. Wait for a better opportunity. Oh my goodness, nice slingshot out of there. Well, round the outside might be a bit risky, this.
Let's see how long D-Man can keep that softs or Fartwater busy. If he does destroy it quite well, you might see all three of these guys at the end be similar lap times.
Oh, it gets through nice and cleanly. Ooh! D-Man caught a little bit of, oh my goodness, hopefully he doesn't get a penalty for that.
I doubt it. They will see it as a slide. He should not get a penalty. Great racing from these gents though.
Oh, that was just a small little error.
Wolfie still to pit.
Put him 2.5 seconds behind Fartwater in less than a quarter lap.
It's going to be incredibly close here.
Wolfie out front by 32 seconds.
It's about the pit stop.
Yeah, no, he still has to do a pit stop, but if he pulls out the time, he might pull this off. Sure. Now let's see what happens there. That could be tight. And Fartwater is right behind KVR Vincent.
This is where the battle is at the moment.
Definitely. Definitely. Vincent being on the mediums and Fartwater is on the softs. So
Mike, just watch your mic. It's far away again.
Sorry, I beg your pardon.
There we go, beautiful.
Thank you.
You were saying?
I was saying, yes, definitely where the battle is. Fartwater on the softs, Vincent on the mediums. Got a very similar tyre wear. But I think Fartwater, oh my goodness, there he looks. That Aston has got pace. Straight line speed.
Much faster than the BMW M6, yes.
Than the BMW, yes. Going to have to wait for another opportunity. Definitely wants to get past him as soon as possible. And D-Man has obviously dropped off a little bit. He's on the hards as well. So I'm not going to be able to run the super hot pace. I'm really interested and keen to see what happens to Wolf here.
Well, he's already lost 2 seconds to these guys who having his tyres are worn. If I was him, I would pit right now because his soft tyres times are way slower than his mediums would be on low tank.
Yeah, no,
so he should definitely go and pit right now. He should have pitted 2 laps ago.
Yeah, I would have done a lap ago at least. But yeah, he's also very low on fuel. Very low on fuel. He's definitely coming in now. Definitely coming in now. Hopefully he makes it to the to the pit. Fartwater, beautiful move in the bottom hairpin.
Yeah, now it's going to be all about tyre management. I think Vincent should know that Fartwater is on the softs. Vincent knew, he just warned them out a bit. That's what I would have done, warn them out, and then try and get him in front, so the guy pushes hard, and at the end we might be able to swallow him again.
Do you know that Fartwater has definitely got enough fuel for the end, yes?
Yes.
100%.
Okay, let's have a look at Wolfie. I'm jumping to him as well, and we need to see where he's coming out. I'm going to actually keep the car on Fartwater first.
On the battles.
And then you should see them coming down the back straight or the main straight, and where they come out on the pits. It's always the best view for me to see.
Tire change.
Wolfie's coming out.
Telling that guy, please fill up quicker, fill up quicker. And off he goes.
It's going to battle between himself and D-Man. D-Man might catch up.
Wow.
What a race from Wolfie so far.
Wow.
What a race from Wolfie.
Oh man. Very, very nice strategy, nice pace.
His tires are going to be very cool at the moment.
Oh, Wolfie also had to go onto the hards. Oh my goodness.
So this is going to be a super podium race.
This is going to be super interesting, yeah. And Vincent is hanging on to Voswater, but Voswater, I'm sure, is just saying to himself, just keep it on the black stuff and look after your tires. Just keep ahead. KBR Richard made up another position. He's now lying in 5th place. Ghost right behind him, also right behind him. And KBR Vincent and Voswater separated by a second. And Voswater got a penalty, a 1 second penalty.
This might be, and how the turntables. That's what they say.
Yeah, the tables turn, yeah.
Yeah, that's that meme that's going in.
Man.
That's how the turntables.
Oh, man. That, yeah. Oh, he's trying hard to burn that penalty. Vincent 1 second behind him. 1 second penalty to burn. Oh, he's got it away. Well done. Oh, no, he hasn't. I beg your pardon.
No, it'll only come into view once it's closer.
Yes, sorry. I thought it was a yes. 0.8 of a second still. Wolfie 3.5 seconds down the road from Vincent, and D-Man dropping off slightly by 5 seconds to Wolfie, and then Richard 7 seconds behind D-Man, and Ghost right behind Richard. Then we have Steven 2 seconds down the road, and G-Man also battling. Obviously he's going to try, and he's on the racing softs, and Steven is on the medium, so there could be a position change there. And Vlakvark 9 seconds behind his teammate. And then we have our Carbons and Stray Demon, but it's all happening in the front. Voswater Fizz pulled out some time out of Vincent. He's definitely pushing a little bit because he knows he's got that penalty to burn as well.
Just coming back with his wheel now for the first week, just showing the youngster Vincent, who still is the alpha male in KBR.
These races I always find so interesting is the position changes and the strategies and stuff. These longer races are always a lot of fun because it's like a good novel, you know. You never know what's going to happen. You know, you could put a foot wrong, or your strategy wasn't quite correct, or run out of fuel.
Yeah, I wonder who can account for that.
Yeah, you're talking to him, man. Yeah.
Okay, run us through the grid if you don't mind.
100% Voswater still leading with 0.4 second penalty. He is 2 seconds ahead of KBR Vincent. Behind KBR Vincent by 5 seconds is KBR Wolfie 101. And behind the Wolfie is 1.8 seconds is D-Man GT. So that gap is kind of staying consistent. And then behind him is Richard. Ghost is still hanging on to Richard. And we've got G-Man battling with Steven.
Just overtook him.
Oh, and he did too, yes.
Let's see if Steven's going to try for the move back. Perhaps not. I'll go for the dive at the inside, yeah.
Oh, he's really trying. But G-Man's on the softer compound. He can definitely do things a little bit quicker. And then behind Steven we have Vlakvark Carbon Stray Demon.
To
It
Fissy,
looks like, yeah, back to Fissy. He's definitely keeping that gap at a 1.9. And he's only got a 0.1 of a second to burn off now. So I think he's got a bit of a buffer now. He just has to keep it on the black stuff and make no mistakes. No more penalties. Vincent's really...
there's going to be 4 more laps for them to go.
4 more.
Yes, 28, 29, 30, 31.
Okay, sorry, I didn't count the 28. So they're on the 28 now, yes. So they will complete the 31 lap.
It's going to be interesting to see the tyre wear at the end. And what will happen here?
KBR Vincent's mediums look pretty good.
They do.
Varswater's racing softs. Yeah, I think they're taking a bit of punishment, but I think you can see it through. And then obviously Wolfie's hards. They definitely cured. There's not much tyre wear going on there.
Guys, we've got 12 viewers. If you've got 2 more likes, please. Then we've hit the 10 likes. Come on, boys. Hit that like, hit that like, hit that like. Yes, madam.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was just saying the gap between Wolfie and D-Man is definitely...
consistent.
Definitely consistent, staying the same. So yeah, I'll just... yeah. Dino, did you get another like there?
I got another 3 likes, yes.
Excellent. Excellent.
This is the first time you've liked it now, didn't you?
That's not true.
That's one of them. Thank you very much.
I tend to forget. But I generally like, when I watch something, I do like it. You know, for most people, not just you.
Great stuff.
Yes, it is important. And people always ask so nicely to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. You know, it's one wants to do it for them.
Of course. Go us through the top 3 places currently. What do you think? What are your expectations for the top 6?
Well, me personally, I'm putting it on Fizz now, then Vincent, Wolfie, D-Man, Richard, Ghost. I would say that's kind of where they're going to finish. Maybe Ghost pulls one out on
Look
Richard.
at the tyre difference between Ghost and Richard. Can you tell me again?
Ooh. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, sir. There could be a bit of a struggle going on here. Ghost could get past Richard. But this has been some epic racing here. Nice show the gentlemen have put on for us. Interesting strategies. Quite a lot of fun.
I think the race is going to be between 6 and 5, P5. Between Ghost and Richard. Let's have a look at that. What do you think?
Definitely. Richard's tyres are definitely taking a bit of strain. Ooh, Ghost is about a 0.3 behind him, so he's lining him up to go past him, definitely. And Ghost's tyres look really much better. Oh, KBR Richard's got his hands full.
It's going to be an interesting battle, boys.
Going to be an interesting battle.
Thanks a million for the likes, boys. We jumped from 8 to 14. Totally appreciate that.
Awesome stuff. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
And I see there's a lady in the chat, Shanine, Safina Chetty, Go Demon and Koketsu for the win. Both of those guys are not racing here this evening, Shanine, but thank you very much for joining. We totally appreciate it.
Varswater is still...
Ghost has made a move, and Ghost has taken P5.
Nice. And there might be another overtake. KBR G-Man and Steven.
G-Man has overtaken Steven, so he's starting to pull a gap now.
Oh, is he pulling a gap?
He's pulling a gap, yes.
actually thought he was still hanging on there. Now I remember him getting past, but I thought he...
Thank you, Mr. Kendall. Did appreciate it, Wim.
Good evening, Kenny.
Who would you go for as driver of the day? My vote goes to KB or Wolfie, for sure.
Oh, I definitely would vote for him as well.
You want to say Fissy, I can hear that in your heart.
But you know, Fissy also, he didn't start off very well. I think he had a little bit of a, but he really pulled it together at the end.
Apologies,
Really
Shanine. Yes, D-Man is racing. I thought you were speaking about Danderman. Yes, D-Man currently in P4, getting second place for the whole season, and a massive, massive achievement for him so far for this good season for LNR. Thanks for supporting him, Shanine. I'm sure he appreciates it a ton. Yeah, with Fissy getting his comeback race first week back on the wheel, just taking and showing his dominance.
Definitely. He's pulled out another half a second out of Vincent. I think Vincent is just trying to keep it on the black stuff now, not make any mistakes. But Wolfie, yes, definitely was a bit of a wild card. I did not see a podium for him, but well done to him. Let me not do the commentator's curse, I think.
Rather not.
Rather not. No, superb.
Ooh, D-Man has made a massive mistake. It looks like KB goes is right on his tailpipe.
Oh my goodness, we could have an upset here. I cannot believe this. The Jaguars are performing here.
D-Man made a massive mistake on that lap.
Oh.
Definitely going defensive.
This is the final lap. This is the final lap. Oh.
Goes going around the outside.
Flying around the outside.
He needs to play it perfectly, Ghost. You shouldn't try every corner. He's got Richard on his rear.
And Richard's also there.
Should time it well, otherwise he might lose all the positions again.
I cannot believe.
Oh, he clips the inside apex. Ghost should not have tried to go out on the outside on that right-hander. He should rather stay behind and tucked it in for that uphill left-hander. He cost himself a lot of time now. Fortunately for him, Richard goes quite wide.
A three-way battle going on here.
That is correct. There's a big gap between P1 and 2. However, I just want to stick it out here for now. Goes going wide, that might give Demon some breathing space.
Oh.
Fast to the first over the line, Vincent in second.
Yes.
Ooh, D-Man gets a little bit of a slide. That puts Ghost right next to him on his inside.
Oh,
on the last corner. It's going to be a drag to the end. This is the drag to the end. What a race! Demon takes it! Demon takes it! Wonderful!
I don't believe it, by 300ths of a second.
Beautiful race. That's what you want to see.
Crazy.
That is what you want to see.
Brilliant. That was epic, guys. What a show. That is so cool. Well done to the top three.
My throat just got hurt so much. That was worth it.
No, that was super, eh? That was super. I can't believe, eh? That was epic. What a race. So our race results. KBR Voswater first place, KBR Vincent second, KBR Wolfie 101 third. I think he must be over the moon. What a performance from him. D-Man holding on to his fourth place by 400ths of a second. KBR Ghost also drove an absolute superb race. KBR Richard behind him in sixth. Seventh, KBR G-Man. Stephen GTZA in eighth. KBR Flak Fark in 9th, iCarbon ZA in 10th, and Stray Demon 323 in 11th. Well done to all these gentlemen. The final race of our first season this year. Hopefully the next one comes soon so I can do that one, hey Dean?
I do believe
And
so.
you?
I think it's going to be
And
super
you?
fun. Yeah, but I think
I
we'll be
hope you can-
focusing on the Gran Turismo World Series there.
Ah, I see. Is that what you want to do?
That's the case. Thanks a ton, boys. You guys drove absolutely brilliantly. For everybody that's watching, thanks everybody that's watching as well. Just quickly going through here, trying to check what the boys are saying. Thanks for the hosting. Everybody just happened to love this racing. Everybody thanking everyone. Beautiful stuff going on here. Thanks a million, boys. Okay, guys, I'm going to call that. I'm just going to quickly run to the Electro video, and then we can have a good evening. Thanks a lot for watching. Thank you, boys. Merlin, awesome having you here. Any last words?
Sorry, dude. Yeah, not the best talker, but thank you very much for the company. It was most awesome, most excellent. Thank you.
Great stuff. Thanks a lot, brother. Love you too. And then cheers, cheers, cheers.